Hello and welcome to day 6 of a 13-day transmission on my channel that I've committed to. I've been up since 3 o'clock holding space and light through the grids, so I apologise if I'm not as quick today with the numbers and cards, etc. I'm just going to get straight in and do the reading. I wanted to just bring in the Good Tarot, which I don't usually start with, but I've been guided to start with this one. This is the Collect Baron Reed one. And we've been given a card, 8 of Fire. So that's going to be significant for some reason. No doubt will be revealed as the reading goes on. So today is the Monday, the 6th of April, which is this. So it's a 5-day. And Archangel Michael's here really strongly with Lapis Lazuli, because we are working on the throat chakra today. A lot of starlights are will be having the throat chakra worked on, are working on it themselves, should I say. So if you find that your throat chakra is on fire, that's what they're saying, then you can call in Archangel Michael for support, or any other guides that you feel would benefit you from this working on this throat chakra. So there's a lot of releasing and healing around not being able to speak our truth, suppression, repression, all of that kind of stuff is really coming out in the next 2 days. So that'll be today and tomorrow. So let's see what the Masters have to say about it. Right, Lady Venus. Serapis, Spades, so they were coming out yesterday. And Moyra. Odin. Mercury. Gaia. Okay, and I'm going to pull one more for the middle one. Magdalene, so she's in exactly the same place that she was in yesterday. Number 22, front and centre stage. Like I said, she wouldn't say that about herself, but that's how I see her. Okay, so none of them are working in pairs today. They're all working standalone energy, and what they are saying is that we have all of the tools needed to facilitate this transition. Odin is asking us to look through the 1-point focus, which I spoke about yesterday, through the third eye lens. Mercury, open communication, is in full force now. Keys and codes are being given to us. These guys have been coming out every single day, apart from Moyra. So I'll go to him in a second. But all of these 6 have been coming out every single day to help and support us with this transition. We're being given downloads, we're being given keys and codes, uploads. The light is here through the third eye lens. I do feel on this Easter timeline that things are accelerating at quite a pace. So also through the Egyptian timeline as well. Isis is here, and I'm feeling a very, very strong Egyptian connection. I believe that the Christ travelled to Egypt. Steve Noble says in one of his meditations on YouTube that they were classed as the unknown years, I think, where we're not sure what the Christ was doing, but Isis and Serapis Bey are substantiating that he was in the Egyptian mystery schools, as were a lot of us. We have imprints or actual past lives that we were there. Moyra is saying, the universe is with you, wear a cloak of protection and love. So, you know, this is the lapis again, and there's absolutely no going back now. Not that we would want to, but we're in full swing of it now. So let's see what the angels have got to say. All of these, as I say, have been really coming out strongly the last few days. So you can call upon all of them. That we've had this card again, exactly the same card, surrender. Zaphkiel saying surrender to the process. And I talked about the Christ as well, on that he surrendered. He wavered a little bit because obviously he knew what was to come, but eventually he surrendered to the mission. Okay. Right, so I'm going to put Zaphkiel there for now. Divine intelligence, Metatron. So you know exactly where you're going, you know exactly what you're doing, and you know exactly what your mission is. I don't really like using the word mission, but I can't find another one in the English language that matches it. Even just our presence being here, Metatron is saying, is what is propelling this foregone conclusion. Right, it's showing me all of these are timelines. All of these are timelines where we've all been on, and we've all been, this is where we gained all of our wisdom. And he's saying wisdom and divine intelligence are far different than knowledge. Knowledge is learned. Wisdom is innate. It's source wisdom. It's a different kind of intelligence. He's saying, and that's what we are using now. Okay, so just let me pull one more. And Zadkiel's come out now with security. So what Mercury is saying is through all of these communications of our grids, through our divine intelligence, he's saying that is we are communicating with each other on multidimensional all levels now. Okay, and what Moyra is saying, if you look at the background, he's substantiating that, because all of these lines are lines of communication through the points on the grid. And we are doing that with our divine intelligence. Okay. Right, put that there. Right, Mary Magdalene's going to come in again. Okay. Right. The Matrix. So this is what Moyra is saying. when we hear the word the Matrix, we kind of think of it as, there is a film, The Matrix, where it's going down the rabbit hole and the red pill and all the rest of it. And what Moyra is saying, your divine crystalline inner matrix is of source light. So that's why he's talking about protection, because you can call it something else if you so wish, he's saying, if you don't want to use the word matrix. But all a matrix is a grid of source light. So he's just substantiating what they've said, that we are contacting each other through the grid. Okay. Sorry, that's what Mary's saying. Right, I'm going to do the fractals. First of all. So Lady Venus is helping to transfer these keys and codes, both internally and externally. Okay, that's the first one. Second one. So that's number 33, which is on the Cross timeline. We also have Mary Magdalene on the red ray, and the higher heart colours pink and green. One, and they're just asking me to show you the numbers at the bottom before I pull the third one. So we've got 3 and 33. Okay, right, next one. I've been saging a lot as well. I've been saging my rooms and also my cards. Sorry, just making sure you can see it. Okay, right, and they're also asking me to show you these colours because they're virtually the same. Right, let's go with, have an animal. Eagle. Perspective. The eagle is a powerful totem that offers lessons about looking closely at the most minute of details in order to see life from a broader perspective. When this graceful hunter comes into your life, it's time to look inward with a careful eye. Opportunities you never dreamed were possible will present themselves when you least expect it. So Odin is standing with the eagle as the winged messenger, and he's saying, it's time to look inward with a careful eye. So that's talking about the third eye lens. Okay. Right, who do we want now? Right, I'm going to pull the fairies in, and they want to bring 2 cards in because they're asking to be represented for the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Not usually the case with the fairies, they're normally quite androgynous when the messages come through, but they're wanting to for some reason. Sorry, I just need to do that. Right, they're giving me 7 of Autumn. Have patience and don't worry. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time and money. So there's this suspended animation energy that I was talking about is still around. Excuse me. And that's obviously due to the situation that we're finding ourselves in on the planet at the minute. But the other card they've given me, interestingly, is Unity. And as I said, this is a 5-day. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. So this came out the other day on the Christ timeline. And we were talking about traditional religion versus the new spiritual evolution that's coming in, that is rewriting these timelines. I'm feeling that quite strongly still. So Divine Masculine and Feminine, as the fairies are saying, coming together in unity, as did Mary Magdalene and the Christ, to bring in this new energy. Okay, star seeds next. Ten of Flames. Right, there's a fire energy going on here. And I know that we had the Aries yesterday, but we've also got the 8 of Fire as well. So I'm feeling quite strongly around the 8th and the 10th of this month, which is the Wednesday and the Friday. And Friday is actually Good Friday. There's not really any other way I can say it. I can see an explosive fire energy. Just let me... Right, I'll put that down for the minute. Right, let's do astrology. Let's see if we can get some clarity around this fire energy. It's like an explosive revelation. And it's going to be up to the starlights, light workers, anybody that is in the remotest Vesta. Okay, so she's standing with Mary Magdalene. Let me pull 2 more. Leo, so we had this energy yesterday. That's the fire energy I'm talking about. And we had this one yesterday as well. Okay. So let me tune into what that message is, because we've got the same card as we had yesterday, and it's something to do with the 8th and the 10th. So the 10th, as I said, is Good Friday. The Divine Feminine's here, so I would say this is Mary Magdalene as the Vesta, the goddess within. Your sacred spiritual centre and quiet dignity. So what Mary is saying, she always conducted herself with dignity and reverence for her mission. And she's asking that we do the same, because these energies that are coming out now in the next few days are quite explosive. The energy is dramatic, passionate, focuses on the importance of self-belief, and the 3rd house is your potential to learn something and your local neighbourhood. And I think I'm right in saying I got the words mixed up and I said local government, and I didn't understand why I'd said that. But I do believe that it's something to do with the governments, and I do believe it's something to do with this explosive energy. So what I will say is, and what Zaphkiel is saying, is surrender to the process, because look at the colours. Surrender to the process. And what Metatron is saying is that you have I'm not sure I've put that card now. You have the divine intelligence. Oh, it's there. You have the divine intelligence to deal with this. Now I'm going to ask for an internal, for the internal or external process, just to see what energy comes up with that. Okay. Right. Let's pull a Akashic Tarot. Alright, I'm asking for the internal, external process, please. Yeah, the War of the Roses. Can't put it any other way. Today's a 5-day, but it's actually the 6th of April. So I feel like today for the next 5 days is going to be an interesting energy. Let's put it that way, because I don't want to affect anybody's timeline. So it's going to be a very interesting energy. So interestingly, the rose is the... Oh, sorry, one second. Interestingly, the rose is Mary Magdalene for the Divine Feminine, okay? And who came out? Archangel Michael, the 9. And Thursday is the 9th, which is the day before this 10 of Flames. So what Archangel Michael is saying, look who stood next to him. A child. So, just let me get... I'm going to pull a heart card. I don't want to say any more because I know that all of you know what's happening. And if you don't know, if you think you don't know, you do, is what Archangel Michael is saying. Okay. You may not be aware of it yet, but a tapestry full of positive outcomes and spiritual blessings now permeates your aura. The grey clouds have lifted, replaced by soft radiant light. The past will soon be behind you. Let it go and embrace the positive times ahead. And I feel like Archangel Michael is giving this message to all of these children. Because 9 is the end of a cycle, it's done. It is done. And he's also giving a nod to all of the starlights and the galactics. Okay. Right. Interestingly, I do believe that Leo is the 8th sign of the zodiac, which is this fire, courageous lion energy. I'm not over familiar with astrology, but I'm sure that it's you've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Virgo, Leo, or maybe it's a 6, I'm not sure, but there's something around that Leo being the number 8, so I'll ask about that in a sec. Right, I'll pull star seeds. And then we'll get some love from Rumi. Right, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. We're already doing it. Lady Venus is coming in with the keys and codes as well. And she's saying we're already doing it. Okay, so we need to, for any of us that are very mind orientated, and I include myself in that because I'm an Aquarian, so I'm very air based in terms of my element. She's saying put that to one side, because your keys and codes are automatically being given to you through this divine inner light crystalline matrix, which is this. Okay. Right, the other one. Oh, I just wanted to show you those the heart cards are these. These are starseed. Right, doors are opening. You decide. Rewards, wild card. This is the portal. So that can't be any clearer. You decide. You know, they can take us so far, but eventually they just have to say it's what you decide to do and stand in your mastery. Right, I'll pull both of the crystals. But I absolutely am feeling Archangel Michael so strongly today, and as soon as I woke up this morning, he was there, and with the lapis. Right, so we've got Archangel Raphael and Malachite, grace for the grand gesture. Now this is a number 15, which is a 6, so that's today. So it's on the 444 portal. And I'm just being asked to any green crystals that you can carry with you will be really beneficial today. As well as the lapis is what Archangel Michael is saying. Let's pull both of the crystal cards then. Right, just need to get the book. This is these. Okay, 2 flew out, so I'm going to show both of them to you. And they're both green. One's Jade, Dreamwork, and Peridot, the bringer of joy. So these 3 together are, and we've got the pink here as well, so it's the higher heart. Raphael, I think it's Raphael, who is the healer through the green ray. And what he's basically saying is call on him for any healing of the heart that needs doing through dream work. So again, the dreams are very, very important at this time. I'm awake most of the time, so I'm not dreaming. But if you are, then we've had this Peridot, I think, for the last couple of days as well. So the green is really important. And what Metatron is saying, again, he's pointing out the green. Through divine intelligence, you know what needs healing, you know what needs to be done. Right, we've had an animal, haven't we? We've had... Right, let's pull 3 more Ascended Masters. And then I'll do the Rumi. Right, we've got Lady Quan, number 7. She came in yesterday, and she's coming in on the Divine Feminine Energy, Love and Compassion, Cerise Pink Light. I act from my Divine Feminine Wisdom. Okay, so that's the first one. The Sphinx, so this is a nod to Serapis, Bay and Isis, which is number 20, so that's these 2. The Sphinx contains the 5th dimensional records for Earth and the information within the crystal skulls. You can go to the Sphinx, and I connect to the God force within the Sphinx, so that might be something that you feel that you want to do. Okay, one more. Archangel Metatron's Cloak, number 6. Right, this came out yesterday, and we were talking about the chakras changing colour, having different colour overlays put on them, and what Metatron is saying, that wearing this cloak will help you guide others on the ascension path. You are called on to do this. I stand in my power and lead others forward. So this is a very leading energy now. It ensures that your 12 chakras are open and protects you from the lower energies, and you can connect to the 7th dimension of hollow earth. Walk tall and stand in your power. Okay, so that's Metatron again. I'll pull one of these. I'm not doing them in any particular order now. You know, we've just got to stand strong at this time. Number 8, past life activation. So that again is the Christ energy. As I said, a lot of us have been on an imprint of an Essene, or we were around when the Christ was on the earth plane. So you might want to look into that lifetime if you feel guided. And you may find skills and abilities that were hidden. This is why the Oracle of Hidden Worlds is coming up. But they were hidden in plain sight, if you remember. Mary said that the other day, or Mother Mary, I think it might have been. Yeah, Mother Mary said it was in plain sight. We just didn't know we had them. Right, so back to the cries, the gathering, community, kinship and companionship. So this is talking about the gathering at Easter, on the Easter Sunday, Easter Monday. I think they were all gathered together. So that's the number 33. And right, so they're asking me to, this is the galactic timeline, this is the Earth timeline, and we're coming through the red ray and the blue ray. So this is Archangel Michael with the lapis, and this is Mary Magdalene with the, she's telling me garnet and ruby, but ruby, if you've got ruby, that would be better, but if you've got garnet, that will suffice. And if you can carry the ruby with you, I have an ankh, I wear an ankh with a ruby in it, and if you can carry the ruby in the lapis, it will align the chakras through the higher heart, through this 33 Christ timeline. Okay, right, we'll do Rumi and then Metatron, and then we're done, I think. Oh, and the numbers, obviously. Sacred Soul Sister. So again, this is Mary Magdalene, and actually it's Lady Quan Yin. So what they are saying is that through 37 is the 10, which is the divine masculine and feminine, through the 0 point energy, and Quan Yin is this cerise pink colour, and Mary Magdalene's on the red ray. And what they are saying is that the divine masculine of the Christ energy is being, I've said this, and this is why I'm doing this 13-day transmission. So when we look at the 10 of Flames, it's the same number. So that's what this energy is. It's this explosive timeline of the divine feminine that is standing strong and saying no more. And what Gaia is saying is that she is she's saying no more for the children, no more. Enough now. Okay. Right. Metatron. And then the numbers. I am feeling a little bit raw. My throat's a little bit off kilter. And obviously I am very tired, but I've asked my team just to give me a bit of extra energy today. Right, it's a 5-day, but it's the 6th today, and it's just go with the flow and paddle on. So Metatron is giving me this message because he's just telling me to take it steady. For all of the ones that are not sleeping, just take it steady and go with the flow, and don't put pressure on yourself. Okay. Right, we've got the Indigo, Mystery and Mastery of Life, and again the Star of Bethlehem. This is a nod to the starlights as well. and all the Indigo children that are holding the light, at, the positive polarity light at this time. Okay. One more card. Yeah, so all the ancestral lines are being healed. Now this starts on the 7th, so that's tomorrow. I know there is no linear time and everything happens at once, but it's hard to explain it linearly. But these numbers make sense in terms of what's happening on the planet at the minute, because the ancestral stuff has to go. We can't take it with us. We wouldn't want to take it with us because it all needs to be cleansed. So that we've got the Lady Quan Yin energy here, and we've also got the energy of Serapis Bay, who I said is working really strongly. And if you look here again, there's a child there's children on this. There's children all the way through this, so these ancestral lines of these children are being healed as we speak, and that's what this 5-day purging is. It's a 5-day purging and cleansing through this energy. Through this divine masculine energy, through the 0 point. Right, let's do the numbers, and then Metatron just wants to pull me to pull a last card. Okay, right. That one. I'm asking Metatron to give me some cheery news because I feel it's been a bit doom and gloom, this reading. But it isn't, it's just the work that we're doing, it's what we agreed to do, so right, I wanted a card representing the divine feminine, but Metatron's going to come in at the end and talk about that, so that's fine. Right, okay, so again, I've talked about it, the 3, the 4 and the 5, okay. Gosh, the information's coming in really quick now, so I just need to slow it down a minute. Right, 3, 4, any sequence of numbers that you see, you will be... look at what's happening when you see them, okay, because you can manifest through those number sequences. So it's sacred geometry, so if anybody wants to look into that, they can do. The 3 is the crystalline divine light inner matrix within yourself, so divine masculine feminine, and the 3rd diamond is the alchemy. Okay, that's that one. These 2, the 4th is the twin. This is a nod to the twin flames, so I'll just bring those in now because oh, okay, I'm bringing all of them in. Right, so what's happening here? I've said this before, you need to work on your own stuff. If you are balanced within yourself with the divine masculine and feminine, this is the foundational cornerstone, then that means you're halfway there to connecting with your twin flame. And these 2 are the 11-11 energy. It's the twin flame energy. However, we are burning off the carbon now, which is what I said before about we're being elevated. We chose to do more work within ourselves so that we could get the highest positive polarity of our twin, and also we're doing the shadow work as well to do with that. And then the result of all of that is this standing in our power, because 5 is the number of action, but it's standing in our power through the divine masculine feminine, the 0 point energy, and coming together in equals. So 5 is the halfway point, 10 is the completion point. Okay, and why these 2 kings are here, the divine masculine in the next 5 or 6 days through the Christ timeline wounding is the carbons burning off. They are getting the divine crystalline matrix energy within themselves ready. And that brings us, this card signifies to me in the Tower the King of Cups, which is the epitome of the divine masculine stood in his elevated state. And the 1313 is the 4-4, so this is the 4-4 portal. This is what's been happening to the divine masculine. Okay, right, so I'm going to pull up last card. Right, so Archangel Sandalphon is with you now, 22. So again, I said it right at the beginning that Mary Magdalene, because I was saying, well, how's this the divine feminine Metatron? Because Sandalphon is considered to be a masculine energy and it's the Earth Star chakra. And he's saying no, because Mary Magdalene is the 22. She is the master teacher. She is the divine feminine is awakening everybody. All of the, along with Lady Quan, he's saying, with the pink. We've got the pink everywhere. We've got the lapis with Archangel Michael, and we've got Serapis Bay here on the yellow ray. But he's saying Mary Magdalene is the master teacher. That's what she's doing, coming in on the red ray. So Archangel Sandalphon governs the Earth Star chakra, but what Mary is saying, work through the base chakra also. The lower chakras are really important now to be transmuted. Okay. Right, I managed to get through day 6. They just want me to give one more message. If I can pull it all together. Which... Right, okay, so... Let me just see if I can find all of these things. I've done it. Yeah, I think I've done it. Right. And I want this one. So all of these numbers are in sequence. So we've got 5, 6, 7. I'm counting this as number 8 for some reason. We have got the 8 of fire as well. Okay. Got 9 Archangel Michael and then the 10 of flames. So what this is basically saying is that this is a nod to the 5th of April, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. And 7th is the balance in the middle. And what Lady Quan is saying, she's calling for care and compassion for us, for everybody on the planet, for people that have worked, souls that have worked tirelessly in this battle. And ultimately, just one sec. We shine on. We keep going. And if you look at these colours, they're virtually the same. So we've got the lapis. We've got the solar star, solar sun gateway. We've got through the third eye lens of the amethyst, which I've been talking about all week, the last few days. We shine on and we do it because that's our mission. That's what we're here to do. Okay. And these are both master numbers. The 44 is the Christ energy timeline being transmuted onto the next level. And the 22 is the master teacher. through Mary. Okay, right, we're done. I will see you for tomorrow's transmission, which will be day 7. Thank you for listening and watching. Bye.